were talking last week or 2 weeks ago. I feel like the Lamu Libation is pretty much the official drink of the Crescent Lake Club. I can't think if there's a drink that or cocktail at Disney that the club as a whole pretty much enjoys as much as the Lamu Libation at Nomad Lounge. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, mine and Leslie's favorite. I don't think anybody really doesn't enjoy it, but I'd say the only other one I would maybe mention is your black cherry Tito's beverage that everybody does seem to like too. So
we did talk extensively about Baseline Tap House last night on Wind Down Wednesday, and that's the cool thing. You know, if you're searching for a drink at Hollywood Studios, there is an open bar or a full bar at Baseline, and the hack is to get the Blue Sky black cherry soda off draft and have them mix that with Tito's, or they have other vodkas. I'm a Tito's girl, so that's what I'm going to go with. That's my easy, quick drink hack. But that wouldn't be any fun to try and teach people how to make a Tito's and black cherry soda. So I decided to branch out and kind of show you guys how you can recreate a little bit of Nomad Lounge at home. So I made a quick little video to show you how to make a Lamu Libation. Give me a second. I'll kind of just walk you guys through it. There it is. Essentially, if you're not familiar, a Lamu Libation is 3 different kinds of rum and a bunch of different fruit juices. So the namesake rum in there is African Star rum, and it's kind of a light cherry rum, which when I went to go look for it, can only be found in like 4 stores in the United States and 1 store in Toronto. Conveniently enough, I can get it in Orlando. So when I'm there in April, I'll be sure to go and grab a bottle. So what I kind of did was a little bit of cocktail research on how to recreate the same flavor profile from the African Star rum with easier to find ingredients. So we'll get started. You're going to start off with your shaker with some ice. It's about this size. And a jigger, 1 ounce and 2 ounce jigger. So the 1 ounce is the smaller size teats. And you're going to start with an ounce of just regular light rum. I had Bacardi on hand, so that's what I'm using. Now, to kind of simulate what the African Star is, I'm going to use a little bit of maraschino syrup. If you have Luxardo, you can also use that too. I would probably just use a couple of pours of it. Depends on how sweet you want it to be. Then you're going to use an ounce of banana rum. Cruzan makes one. I was able to find Bacardi, so that's what I went with here. And sometimes you just want to go a little bit more. Then you're going to go an ounce of orange juice. Pulp-free Simply Orange is top of the food chain orange juice. Nobody likes pulp in their cocktails. Then it calls for an ounce of lime juice. I went ahead and just squeezed the juice out of a whole lime. I like limey things, and I know this drink is a little bit on the sweet side. I'm not so much for sweet, so this was a great way to put some acid in and kill a little bit of the sweetness from the guava and the pineapple and obviously that maraschino syrup that I just put in there. My handy-dandy little juice squeezer that comes in handy when you're making margaritas, for sure. Then this is guava nectar. I had to go to 4 different stores to find this bad boy, and you only really need a half ounce of it. So I've got plenty of guava nectar to last me for forever. Need about a half ounce of that. Then comes pineapple juice, 2 ounces of the pineapple juice. Toss that bad boy in there. And then we're going to cap it up and shake it. Shake it until the shaker starts feeling cold on the outside. That just kind of means that everything's shaken through. It's tossed with the ice. It's going to be nice and chilled. Got a glass with some ice in it. I'm going to pour this bad boy in there. And because I like to be fancy, I decided to do the overproof, the 151 rum, the dark bad boy, which is plantation, which is exactly what the recipe calls for and what they use at Nomad Lounge. I decided to instead pour that, instead of mixing it in, pour that ounce over the top like a floater. YOLO. And then finish it off with the best cocktail condiment in the world, a Luxardo cherry. And voila, there you go. A Lamu Libation in the comfort of your own home. See, Teets, even you could make that, right?
I could, yes.
See, so now that's what I'm having right now. The second batch, I did decide to go, because I knew I was going to be working on it for a little bit. I did decide to go ahead and mix the overproof in there. And I also have 2 Luxardo cherries in here because, what's better than 1 Luxardo cherry? It's 2 Luxardo cherries. So what do you think?